Boy Manila, this is Chanel from ManilaShaker.com, and we got new mid-rangers in the family. These are the Reno 4 and the Nova 7 SE. Now this is going to be a great comparison as it is hard to read the specs side by side because of different builds. So we tried to compare the hands-on, and this is the Oppo Reno 4 versus Huawei Nova 7 SE comparison review. Both phones are glossy, shiny, and reflective. Also, both have gradient accent, metallic bluish to pink on Nova 7 SE, and deep black to blue on Oppo Reno 4, plus a hidden subtle pattern that comes out when hit by light. Both have quad camera setup, and all buttons are functionally identical except on the Huawei. It has an integrated fingerprint scanner, while we have an under-the-display fingerprint scanner on the Oppo Reno 4. A slightly bigger screen on Huawei, both 1080p but with a slightly higher PPI on Reno 4. Colors are natural on the Huawei Nova 7 SE, while AMOLED display on Reno 4 gives a boost in color reproduction. A power-efficient screen, especially when in dark mode, and a color-accurate screen on the Huawei Nova 7 SE. Both phones got the location of the cutout on point and therefore less distracting. A tiny pill-shaped cutout on the Oppo Reno 4 housing a large 32-megapixel front selfie plus with mono sensor, and a single hole punch cutout on the Nova 7 SE housing a 16-megapixel front camera. Holding the phone, we feel the sturdy, solid build of the Huawei Nova 7 SE, while Oppo Reno 4 only weighs 165 grams. The two phones are comfortable to hold thanks to the curved back. Now on the camera, Nova 7 SE has 64-megapixel f1.8 main cam, 8-megapixel ultra-wide, 2-megapixel macro, and 2-megapixel depth sensor. While Oppo Reno 4 has 48-megapixel f1.7 main cam, 8-megapixel ultra-wide, 2-megapixel macro, and 2-megapixel mono camera. On the main cam, Oppo Reno 4 outputs a sharper image and it is brighter compared to Nova 7 SE. Color reproduction is nearly the same outdoors. Reno 4 also outputs greater dynamic range, while Nova 7 SE outputs less contrast, giving the photo a lesser depth. Shooting indoors, white balance differs on each devices. Nova 7 SE tends to be in a greenish or magenta tint, while the white balance on Reno 4 is on point. Higher megapixel isn't just a number, as all phones outputs binned down images to 12 megapixel on Reno 4 and 16 megapixel on Nova 7 SE. And this will only apply when you start to crop images. So even Nova 7 SE struggles to catch up with the Oppo Reno 4, it still has flexibility. Now switching to ultra-wide, Reno 4 introduces color fringing and it overexposed the sky. Looking at the overall image, Nova 7 SE produces sharper photos compared to Reno 4, which outputs softer image. And the ultra-wide shot on Reno 4 is now saturated compared to the natural looking on the Nova 7 SE. The advantage of Reno 4 is it is wider. In portrait mode, there is a nice feature on the Oppo Reno 4 that will stand out. This is the mono capture on video and photo mode, while Nova 7 SE offers depth sensing. By using portrait mode with subject to background separation, it creates an illusion of a shallower depth of field. And Reno 4 is now closest to reality in terms of color, while Nova 7 SE outputs boosted colors. Now heading to the macro lens that is hard to find on the Oppo Reno 4 as it is located inside the Pro mode next to lens switch. Nova 7 SE outputs sharper images and colors are on point than the Reno 4, though Reno 4 produces brighter images. Both devices, however, has fixed focus on their macro lenses. In video recording, both phones shoot up to 4K 30 frames, colors are slightly boosted on the Nova 7 SE, and contrast is deeper, but it doesn't offer shooting at 1080p 60 frames, while all video modes on Reno 4 have stabilization and it shoots 1080p 60 frames. While Nova 7 SE also offers EIS on 4K and 1080p 30 frames. Switching to the front camera indoors, the Reno 4 outputs balanced contrast and brighter image. It also appears wider and skin tone on Nova 7 SE appeared to be in a magenta tint, but turning on beauty mode will slightly enhance it. What's missing on the Nova 7 SE is the background separation or blurry background, which Huawei needs to include if they can on software updates. Video recording on both devices records 1080p 30 frames. Both devices offers EIS, but Nova 7 SE outputs saturated video clips. Now for the quick comparison of their camera features, you can pause the video and read what both devices have to offer. Onto the performance, Nova 7 SE is powered by Kirin 825G 7nm power efficient chip with 8GB of RAM and 128GB of internal storage, while Oppo Reno 4 has a Snapdragon 720G 8nm architecture with the same 8GB and 128GB configuration. Both are capable of running graphically demanding games at high settings with no noticeable lags and stutter. The only matter here is the lack of Google Apps on Huawei Nova 7 SE, which some users will prefer to pick Reno 4 in this comparison. Both are running on Android 10.0 with ColorOS 7.2 on Reno 4 and EMUI 10.1 on Nova 7 SE. Skins are quite different. We notice some noticeable lag when we try to multitask on Nova 7 SE. On the other hand, ColorOS 7.2 is smooth and it has fluid animation when we open apps simultaneously. Good thing though, Nova 7 SE offers 5G, which is not useful at the moment but it is future-proof. Now for the battery result, a 4000 mAh battery on Nova 7 SE and a 4015 mAh battery on Reno 4. They have nearly the same battery capacity but slightly differ in power efficiency. Both have their respective mobile services, Google mobile services on Reno 4 while Huawei mobile services on Nova 7 SE. What we notice about the Nova 7 SE is if we sideloaded some apps that are not on their app store, battery optimization does not work properly. It means that we are experiencing a compatibility issue and developers are still maybe working on the games to migrate their codes to run in Huawei mobile services. It is not unnoticeable until we compare the numbers and the actual hands-on. With that being said, here are the results. As for charging, we use the 40W supercharged power brick to charge the Nova 7 SE, but the charging time of the Oppo Reno 4 is lower. Yes, it only has a 30W fast charge, but we recorded 58 minutes on Oppo Reno 4, while Nova 7 SE used up for about 1 hour and 6 minutes. Note that we are testing the device with the device opened, no running apps, and Wi-Fi connection turned off. So overall, both phones are good and they offer unique specs. But are you still undecided? Well, for the camera features, Huawei Nova 7 SE offers some cool effects. However, Reno 4 camera features are more reliable. 60 frame shooting with stabilization on all clips, plus the fact that Nova 7 SE doesn't have GMS, we get hassle-free on Reno 4. Oppo Reno 4 wins in overall features and performance. However, we all know how Huawei takes its mobile photography in a reliable way, even in mid-rangers. That's the comparison of the Oppo Reno 4 and Huawei Nova 7 SE, 19,990 pesos versus 18,990 pesos. Which do you think offers satisfaction? Let us know in the comment section below. Also tune in to our channel because in our next video we will have a phone giveaway. Yes, you heard that right, phone giveaway and other prizes. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to know how to join. That's it. This is iShadel from ManilaShaker.com. Thank you for watching and mabuhay, Manila!